Welcome, folks. We're here to do another installment of Epic Loadout. Today we'll be featuring the Warrior Loadout. I know many of you, just like me, have run Warrior damn near from the start. Well, without further ado, we'll start. First up, you see it right here, the Terrarian Godly mod. I don't think it can get legendary. I know the Flare-On cannot. So, Terrarian, just for the Terrarian, I have the Yo-Yo bag. But if you don't want it as your main and just want to utilize the homing ability on it, well, then be my guest, but it is some pretty severe damage. If you don't favor it too much, you can swap out the Yo-Yo bag for a Fire Gauntlet, and that'll just be that. And then I suppose you would probably end up maining like this. To the Meowmere. Big damage kitty cat who just... ugh, savage. An annoying weapon, but an effective one. So yeah, Terrarian, I like it. I really do. It's huge damage. More than the Meowmere can put out, actually. If we're talking DPS, if we're talking damage per hit, then the Meowmere kind of wins it. But that's okay. So, next we have the Flare-On. Yes, it seems like it's low damage, but you gotta take into account those bubbles. If I recall, there are 14 of them, each doing a very significant amount of damage. Keeping in mind, though, the only part that will actually give off the on fire buff is the head of the flail itself. But I like keeping it around for a little longer ranged homing ability. Some of the pillars make this thing very useful. And of course, if for some reason you get into a hairy situation, even on a warrior, gotta have those vampire knives because, well, they don't really shine on caster type or minion type or range type loadouts. They really shine on a warrior. So I got to include those. They're up at 58 melee damage per knife, which is 4 to 8, I believe. 4 to 8 knives. And for those of you who don't know, these knives cap out at a maximum of 2 hearts per second. Yes, 2 hearts. Which is amazing. I mean, they've nerfed them in the past. They used to be much better, and I agree. But 2 hearts per second, still pretty neat. Yeah, I don't think you could lose against anything with this setup. You've got the bouncing Meowmere for just drilling single target, or if you actually like the yo-yo, you can swap out the yo-yo bag for the gauntlet and then drill your target with 2 yo-yos and a couple of counterweights that don't seem to do too much function, but they do deal damage. So I mean, if they hit, they hit. Plus those little orbs home, so that's nice. Not terribly long range. About where they fade out is where they limit, but that's okay. They're nice. Our Flare-On. This is such an annoying weapon, but I like it. I turn my sound off usually when using it. And an honorable mention goes to the Star Wrath. If it weren't for such a plethora of other good melee weapons, I would have included you. It is nice, don't get me wrong, but that Terrarian kind of wastes it. The only thing that the Terrarian kinda can't do is like anti-air, and I mean it can. It's just not, you know, full screen. So, yeah, Star Wrath, you're cool, but you're not up to the cut. Moving on, going over to the Solar Flare set. Give you a chance to take a look at that. 17% increased melee critical chance, 22% melee damage, and 15% movement and melee speed. Match that with a menacing Ankh Shield, a menacing Solar Wing, a menacing Celestial Stone, a menacing Yo-Yo or Fire Gauntlet, Yo-Yo Bag or Fire Gauntlet, and a menacing Warrior Emblem. And you've got yourself a really, really formidable warrior sitting in a big, pretty 86 defense. If you wanted to be a pain in the butt like I sometimes am, you could drop warding on one of your accessories just to get 90 flat. Though it's nowhere near needed. That about covers it, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Star Wrath. You're fun to play with, though. I'll give you that. Anyways, we'll see you next time.